coming up on 12 o'clock. It's been doing inside work so far today, but I'm about to head out and start doing some yards. Actually, just one, mine. But these trees in the back here always let their leaves down really early. At least it starts really early, and it has this year. Started probably early August, but we've got a mess down there in the backyard, which you can't really see through the screen. So step one will be to blow the leaves off the back in the driveway, start cutting. Yep. That ain't even gonna help me. This is a lot more grown in than it used to be.
Hello. Yes,
you're sitting over here in honeysuckle land.
Yeah,
there are a ton of bees up there, which is great because you're allergic too, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Thanks to the allergist.
You had a lot of injections.
Yeah. I used more needles than a heroin addict.
Ooh, don't use needles.
Use clean ones. Obey the law.
We are at Fisher's in Peninsula. We just had lunch after I got the yard done today. And it's a perfect day to sit outside and enjoy a meal. Succulent Chinese meal. But now we're gonna pick a hike and go do a hike.
Well, they did.
Just off camera, they had to slow the trains down to the point where I don't even freaking see it right now.
Do you see it?
No. There's a false alarm. Well, anyways, they did have to slow them down because they ran over some lady. But wasn't it her own fault?
Yeah, because she was drunk and walked right in front of the giant train.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Well, you know, it's hard to see.
It wasn't even going fast. It was like a couple miles an hour.
It's hard to see and hear trains because they're so small and quiet. So she walked out in front of it while intoxicated. Did she die?
Yeah, they ran her over and crushed her to death.
Oh.
It was a mess.
Hope she had insurance. So what the hell is this? We're at Deep Lot Quarry in Peninsula. Quarry Trail, the 1.2 miler. Pretty short one.
Yeah.
And
it was a quarry. I think they used the stone to build the lock.
Well, for the canal, back when that was a good idea, they're cutting all this stone here, so you can see there's a lot of it.
Maybe they're. No, this looks purposeful.
Well, then they made cars and realized that we don't need a canal. And the quarry, I suppose, was to cut rock for the canal, as Kenan stated. But I think we can actually climb up on that, right? So we're going to do some exploration. That's confusing. And maybe there's a plaque that will teach us, but I don't see one.
It's just way more overgrown than I remember it being. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, there's no plaque. We're screwed.
Had to move to get to it.
There's a lot of rock here. We're up on top of it now. So I guess we're speculating that this whole thing was at one time buried, or partially.
There wasn't just a giant
rectangular
rock.
How far down does it go?
I don't know.
So it was at one time a naturally formed huge piece of rock that I began chiseling and cutting, and is now in the very human-esque form. How the hell do they cut this?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like they had diamond bit tools. Maybe they did. I don't know.
I think the way it worked, I think they used dynamite to blow up big sections of it.
That would shatter it though, because this, well, I don't know. The pieces on the ground look like slate, kind of shale, the skipping rocks, and those things would just turn to dust. This would not turn to dust. We're going to climb up on the top later and we'll give you a better view. So it's real rocky up there, and then we get onto the actual boulder itself. We're kind of up on top of where I just filmed. Kind of covered in some earth. They drilled a hole there. That's where they put their goblets. Boy, if you jump on that, that's going to go a foot into you.
Great observation.
Is it about 8 feet down? 6 to 8?
Yeah, that would probably hurt.
Yeah, that would hurt. I don't know if I clear cut this out to work in here. When was the whole Ohio Erie Canal thing going on? Do we have a time period on
early
that?
1800s.
Yeah, because it was before the car, but after rail. Rail's been around a long time. There's another hole there.
Well, no, because the towpath was originally designed for, I think, donkeys. I think to pull the barges along.
Oh God.
I don't think there was steam yet.
Wow, now we have Teslas. We found another formation. This one's a lot smaller, and it's actually got trees growing out of it. Several that have been there a long time in that rock. It's very cool. And that would have been where they worked and cut that out down there.
It's something if someone who had worked on it could see it now.
Yeah.
That would be
Well,
very shocking to see, I would think.
Claimed by nature again.
Yeah.
It's been, you know, a century or two since that's been going down. And you crest the corner and discover that edge as well.
All the way down.
So this whole thing is just huge pieces of stone. You know, the glaciers went through here before my time. It's been a little while. Okay, so here's where we just were, I assume. Look at that, there was it's railway in there. None of the trees are there. Is there a year on this? Quarry number 16. It's not really dated. That's crazy. So here's a lock. That's not very deep and kind of full of crap now. Got dude bros down there.
Typical walk in the Ohio, you can raise the over about 9 feet. So, okay.
Is that this one? Oh, maybe.
Block 28.
Well, guys, this looks like shit. We don't know what happened to it.
Wow.
We were gonna go back to Country Made. I almost said Country Time, but they were closed today because their parking lot was getting repaved. So we came to Cold Stone and Hudson. But that tree, I don't know if it got hit by lightning or like some sumo wrestler sat up on top of it or what, but it got screwed. So we're going back. I gotta read some cases and stuff. It's 5 o'clock. The Hudson traffic's getting really bad. You can see all the traffic here. And I'll talk to you later. This thing is pretty much empty on gas. And that's not going to be good because I've got 4 trips to Kent coming up this week, if not more, with group meetings and stuff, and that one business consulting practicum class. So I desperately need to go get gas in this now. I've been inside reading cases for the last about 2.5 hours. Pretty dry and miserable stuff. I'm talking about GM versus Toyota in respect to supplier management. GM had really shitty, not supplier management, supplier relations. GM had really shitty relationships with their suppliers in the way that they would go to a supplier and work closely with them and have them come up with a design for a product, and then they would take that design to other suppliers and shop it. You know, so you just had Bob build you something, and now you go to Jim and see if Jim can build it cheaper than Bob. It's Bob's design, Bob should build it. That's just kind of, I get it's all business and it's all in the name of the dollar here, but that's shitty. So, all right, there's too many people out and like cars, and I need to focus on driving and get gas. We got a light on and a 22-mile range cold, which means that is gonna drop very quickly. The good news is I only need to drive about 3 miles. Made it to the pump with 14 miles to spare. Well, I guess that means it's a 16-gallon tank, huh? That's what I like to see. Full tank of gas, happy temperature gauge, and now 1 warning light on the dashboard. That's for you, Joe. blue B8S4. I like that color. Classwork is finally done for the day. I'm ready for whatever that guy will present tomorrow. If it'll be a quiz or if he just wants us to be able to discuss those 3 cases intelligently. Spent some time with Roswell and Sabrina tonight. Watched some YouTube videos and the usual. It's 1:10. As I predicted, Sabrina, that's exactly what I said I would be finishing the vlog. And it's time for bed. Gotta go to class tomorrow. Tuesdays are the rough day. We got the 2:15 to 3:30 and the 5:30 to 8:15. I'm not reporting to the classroom for the 5:30 to 8:15. We're actually going to, this whole class is working with the company to satisfy their demands in some sort of a project, a group project for this semester. So we're headed into Ravenna, which is the next town east of Kent. So plus 10 minutes on the commute, maybe, unless traffic's better, then it actually could be quicker. Going over there to meet with them and get the exact specifications and guidelines. And when she came and presented the project, the first thing she said was, they kind of sent me here, they told me 20 minutes I needed to be here. I don't know what the project is. Very unprofessional. She didn't even know what was going on. So hopefully we're going to find out tomorrow night. But it's the 13th tomorrow, which means that we're going to see iOS 10, which I'm kind of excited about. All the Dotto upgrades have a couple issues when they come out, but they are the more feature-driven upgrades that'll bring, I don't even remember watching, I guess it was WWDC they introduced iOS 10. I don't remember the features they introduced. Revamp of the home screen and notifications, and that's kind of all I can tell you. Maybe universal cut and paste with OS Sierra, something like that. So I'm excited to play with that tomorrow on the 6S, but for now I'm dead. So I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to sleep a long time, then I'm going to get up and have a very busy day tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys then. Good night.